Breaking news. We have recently obtained more information about the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in Pompeii in 79 AD. We go to reporter Matt Baggio with geologist Adam Rubik with more on the story.
The composite stratovolcano of Mount Vesuvius occurred in Pompeii and Herculaneum, Italy. It had a plume height of about 8,000 feet before the eruption and about 4,000 feet after the eruption. The eruption occurred on the convergent boundary of the African and the Eurasian plate. Now here's our expert geologist, Adam Rubik. So Adam, tell us a little bit more about the stratocomposite volcano and what kind of magma it had.
Mount Vesuvius contained felsic magma, which meant it had a very high silica and gas count amount, which meant that the magma would move very slow and it would be extremely explosive, which is exactly what it did, and destroyed all of Pompeii and Herculaneum, killing anything in its path.
Alright, so Adam, you stated that it destroyed all of Pompeii and Herculaneum. Can you go into a little bit more depth about that?
Sure. Mount Vesuvius had a pyroclastic flow, which meant that the magma that it flowed down was very slow, but it destroyed everything in its path. It actually covered Pompeii completely, preserving everybody inside of it and what they were doing when they died. Mount Vesuvius also had a VEI of 5, which means Volcanic Explosivity Index, and some other geographical features of Mount Vesuvius. Mount Vesuvius had a large crater, multiple vents, humpbacked mountain, large cone, and a steep rim of a summit.
So Adam, how many people lived in the cities of Herculaneum and Pompeii, and how many people did the volcano kill?
Approximately 25,000 people occupied both of the cities, and the volcano basically killed all of them. And if the volcano were to explode today, it would kill basically 2 million people who live in the surrounding area.
Now Adam, what impact did that have on the world?
Well, Matt, it covered the entire world in a giant ash cloud, and it also caused the world to drop 1 degree Celsius, or 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and I think the same thing would happen if the volcano were to erupt today.
No, Adam, do you have any final thoughts on this eruption?
Sure. People who lived in Pompeii and Herculaneum had no idea the volcano was coming because they didn't really have a word for volcano. Also, like Matt said earlier, the African plate is subducting under the Eurasian plate, causing the volcano. And finally, Pompeii was an extremely rich city, and everything was lost because of the eruption. And the reason we know so much about the eruption is because we've been able to go in and we've been able to find what people were doing as they were covered in ash and as they died.
I felt the ground shake, there was explosions in the sky, and people were scattered everywhere, and then I followed all these people into this boathouse. The volcano has a pyroclastic flow that will soon reach the boathouse and kill us all.
I was considered a very wealthy person in Pompeii. I was thriving as a business owner, and I was living a fantastic life among other people in my city. In Pompeii, the city was doing very, very well until the day of the dark skies came. Everyone knew that when the dark sky came, someone had done something wrong, because the gods were very, very angry. I was scared since I never experienced anything like these dark skies before. The weirdest part of this whole thing is that the center of the storm seemed to be circling the mountain. The screams of the town people were the worst. Everyone had to decide whether to stay in the city or to abandon it. I, for one, had to stay in my house. I stayed in my house, thinking that the gods would protect me. But when the roof finally began to crack and all my slaves abandoned me, I knew I was a goner. When the roof finally gave in, all I had left was my precious gold.
It's really nice day we're having in Pompeii today, isn't it, Nick?
It is a very gorgeous day. My business is thriving.
I agree. My pizza shop is fantastic.
Yeah, I can't go a day without that pizza.
Oh yeah, that sauce is fantastic.
Yeah,